Hello everyone, for today's video with Madden coming out tomorrow, I'm going to show my final thoughts on MLB The Show 23, what I thought. Obviously I will still be playing it, but this is pretty much the end of the MLB season, and I just wanted to see what I liked, what I disliked about this game. There is a lot to talk about. There's a lot of good in this game, and unfortunately there was a lot of bad too, and we'll just start with the simple facts of John Donaldson and the fact that the two-way player glitch existed for as long as it did. Obviously, I'm glad they fixed it. They finally fixed the two-way player glitch. If you didn't know what happened, if you brought a two-way player like John Donaldson, Shohei Ohtani, Dihigo out of the bullpen, it basically... they had max stamina, and this worked in event games that they were eligible in. It worked in ranked, it worked in BR until they removed them. And this was a glitch since day one. So obviously this worked with Shohei Ohtani because he was one of the best pitchers in the game. So it was there the entire time, and it took so long to fix. They kind of just ignored the problem until they released Donaldson with the season 3 reward path, and he was a free card, which I enjoy that he's a free card, but I mean, just kind of ignored it, hoped the problem would just go away. The thing that really concerned me, did they just think that they were never going to give Shohei Ohtani a card? I get if you didn't expect that this would be the card he gave away for free, and this would be a huge issue, but you knew it was a problem in BR with Shohei. Did you think that Shohei was not getting a card this year? Because with the set program that you did, that set one Shohei was going to go away, but you'd have to give another one, and you'd have a month like you did in June. It's just kind of inexcusable how they did that, how they let this linger. Imagine, I can't believe, it's just a game, it was a game-breaking bug, and it was just unbelievable. Really, the next thing, I do enjoy the sets in general. The idea of it, I think there were some areas of improvement, but I thought this was a good idea for lineup diversity because you get one card that you loved. I kept Chipper the entire year, and I will keep Chipper until there is a better card. Maybe there is a set 4 Chipper that's just going to be really good. This is really good. I love how they did this. They got the core live series guys like Sammy Sosa, Derek Jeter, and Mark McGwire, and then you get set 2 and set 3 here in season 3. It's going to be, I believe, for set 4, it's going to be set 3 and set 4. So season 2 is out. I like how they've done that. And in season 6, it's every card. I mean, it's nice for lineup diversity. I get to try new cards. If it was still set 1, who was set 1? I mean, I guess there wasn't really many good outfielders, but I mean, the point still stands. I would be using someone different. I think in set 1 I was using Ketel Marte, and with extreme only giving set players except for Ken Griffey Jr. I mean, yeah, I do like it. I think content in general this year was not as good. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but I do like the lineup diversity. It was really nice to see. We'll talk about what else here. Supercharged, they did really well at supercharging players this year. There was, at any given moment, there were at least 4 players supercharged, and that is what you want to see, because last year there was maybe 1 a week, and it was just the entire point, you get to use new cards, like Michael Lorenzen threw a no-hitter, so you get to use him in a game, and he's actually usable. When would you ever use a Michael Lorenzen card? I don't think that he dropped as an all-star card, so I think he did. It was a 97 though, but he's a 99, and they made him from day one. They were all 99s, so they were usable. I love that, and I again love the idea of not really caring about power creep or starting at a low overall, because I think it's just kind of pointless. If you're you can do one or the other. You can do this season program, or you can do the start at 99 or 89 and work your way up, because I think this forces you to think outside and get new cards. let's talk about the programs. They brought back Team Infinity. I love it. You can see I'm not done with them yet. I got the AL East at least. These were extremely grindy, especially Season 1. This was awful to do. It's all PXP, except for the Captain Sat missions. There was so much to do, and it was just a big grind. I don't think I have... Do I have every season? I have all Season 1 done. They started getting a little easier to do. I believe it was the team build. It's 2000. And you can see I haven't even finished them, but... Yeah, it was just so much grinding, and the worst complaint here is, why are they 97s? There are no reason, if you're going to grind this much, they can't be 97s. I mean, at a certain point, just get rid of the overall, because obviously I've used Gary Sanchez this entire year, as soon as he's come out, and he has been incredible. He's a 99 now for me with his parallel 3, but come on, these could be 99 overalls. I don't know what it would take, and they still look really good, but come on, it'd just be better. I do like, in general, they have gotten rid of PXP missions in these programs. You can see, there's a big general PXP with all these players, but then it's let's go to missions here. Innings pitched, stolen bases, home runs, get on base, score runs. These are a lot easier to do in a single sitting instead of 200 PXP, 500 PXP for pitchers. I don't like this, by the way. This is just a way to keep the cards more expensive. You can see 20,000 for 98s, and then I can't imagine. Yeah, they're 100K. I'll hopefully go down, but yeah. Extreme was very easy, by the way, this year, which, I don't know. That was kind of a disappointment. Felt like it should have been harder. Tops now, again, the same problem. If you're going to have these 99 overalls, these 93, 94, 95, 96, they're just useless. Because you actually, it's not like 97s, which are just really good, just tanked in one way. These are just not good cards in any way. And, in years previously, the Tops Now cards were very sneakily good budget cards. Now, obviously, these pitchers sometimes are still good, Kyle Gibson's still good, and Jose Altuve might be decent, and David Schneider is actually really good. But I feel like they could have done better, and they've done nice with these no-hitter cards, these event cards, collecting 100 Tops Now for these. It's fine, and then it comes in with the monthly award program. I just think they could have done more, and they've done it with monthly award too, which I love to see. It's only PXP with the captains, and that is it. So, I mean, that's my thoughts. You see earlier in the year, just so you could see, Charisma Series, missions, PXP. Everybody had PXP, and it was 600 for pitchers before, and it wasn't 500. Just awful. You can't do that. And I think in general, the consensus is why aren't more guys 99s? Look at all these 97s. Look at the 96s. But if you looked in the packs, there's the 99s. And that was the common theme throughout the year. I did not like with these programs, it was constantly, obviously there were free 99s in ranked BR, not even events. We'll talk about that in a moment. But if you go in packs, these were always 99s. If you buy the pack, you get 99 overall Royale there and these guys. If you get a rare run, by the way, it's all up to chance. Again, Barry Larkin and Zach Wheeler. There's your 99s. They're in the Diamond Duo pack for 40K or 7,500. All right. Well, we want Jacob deGrom. You have to get a chase pack. How do you get those? You either get lucky in a normal pack or the 75,000 stub 50 bundle. And, Jacob deGrom, one of the best pitchers in the game. And his price is 500,000 stubs. By the way, if you want to buy him outright with actual money, To get 500,000 stubs, it costs over $300. It's like $350 to get 500,000 subs. And this is like, I don't know. Like, obviously they have to make money somehow, but it was kind of egregious how a game that's always been play to earn has become really pay to win, because these are like the best cards were always in here. And a lot of them, like Kyle Tucker, Jordan Alvarez was in a pack. Aroldis Chapman was in a pack, though. A lot of cards were in packs, and I can't name them all off the top of my head. There were some good free ones too, but I mean, it was kind of, it was just egregious how bad it was with that. Now we'll talk about the programs, the online programs, and one thing in general, I felt like it was the PX, these missions to complete programs, including Team Infinity, were geared to your offline. Which, if that's, I mean, I'm fine with that. I did, like, some people didn't like that. I'm fine with that. A lot of people didn't like were the no sells. We'll take a look. You could see, go through the program. All of these packs are no sells. So the only way to be able to sell these rewards is to get to World Series. You can see how expensive these cards are. No one's even selling out lighter because you really can only get 2. I don't like that. It's not really good. I don't like understand like the point of doing that. It's just, I guess, keep these cards inflated because they're 99s and you want guys people to buy stubs. It's really the only purpose of it, and obviously good on them. They've released good cards throughout ranked programs. I know people didn't like all of them, but I thought for the most part I liked all of the ranked rewards. Yeah, in the program, it's still innings, by the way. It's not wins. I wish it was back to wins. I know people quit, but 375 innings, assuming you play 9-inning games, which you don't. You rarely play 9-inning games because people like to quit the second you get a lead. Either that or you lose. That is 42 games of ranked. In each game of ranked, if it goes 9 innings, which it has to make this math make sense, is about 45 minutes. So 42 games of ranked is 32 hours of ranked seasons to get the 375, and I can check the math. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 70, 85, 95. And you really don't have to do all that. But okay, so we can check like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 65, 85, 95. It's 300 innings. 300 innings straight to get to, assuming you get no other missions. So we can do that math. So 300 over 9 innings, that's 34 games, because that's still 26 hours. Now, obviously, you get some missions, but I don't know. That's so many innings. And, that's assuming you play 9-inning games, which you'd never do. So I think you just have to make this back to wins. I think it's fair to the players more that you get it back to wins, because it's just impossible to get to that. Talking about BR now, not really much. I haven't done much of the program. I'm not really a big BR guy. I kind of want Rube Foster, but it doesn't matter. Again, I mean, Bo Bichette was really good. Nothing much to say about this. It was PXP. They're all 500. So you want? I don't care. And again, these are wins, and these are like stat missions, but these have always been the same. So I don't know. Not really much to say about BR. It's a working formula. Don't change it. I'm glad they took out Donaldson and Ohtani. I don't know if they put him back in yet, but I'm glad they took him out. Events. Oh my God, events. This is the biggest blunder of them all. For me, it's just about how bad events were. 95, 97. Again, it fits in the theme. Grind at 97, buy 99. Look at all of these event cards in the Rewind pack. 95 and 97. It's been like this all year. How do you get the 99 in events? You have to win 10 games. And it wasn't even that for the first one, which was kind of a slap in the face. Kerry Wood was a 97. You had to go 12-1 or 12-0 to get. That was inexcusable. Now it's Michael Young for 99 overall. You know, I love how they're free entry. I love that it's not 1,500 subs like BR is. But come on, have some self-awareness. People want 99. The entire point, like, from day one was to say grind 99, and it was just not that. And it's awful. I can't put into words how much I disliked it. And it just kind of crept all year. It was just a big problem. So, those are my main problems, and there was a couple things I liked. That's just content-wise. We'll talk about a little bit about gameplay. I think gameplay was the best it's been, like, in a while. I mean, obviously, MLB 22 was really bad, but I loved gameplay this year. I thought it was really good. I mean, there's still problems. It's not perfect, and you don't have to say it's perfect to say you enjoyed it a lot more than last year. You know, there is a difference. There's a lot to criticize SDS for. I thought gameplay was better. Especially when they finally fixed the bug. And it wasn't John Donaldson Simulator in events and ranked. You know, we'll talk about the first thing I liked was the BAT PCI. And what I enjoyed about it, it was an option to have a PCI that was constantly the same size. The BAT PCI will never shrink or never grow. Which I love because it's just... Yeah, I'm just going through some swings and offline just to show you. I love because it's just one target. If it gets bigger and smaller... I don't know. I'm kind of a guy of routine. So I kind of like it when it just works the same. There are still a lot of foul balls that are pretty unreasonable. I would say there's still I've seen players foul off pitches in the dirt. It's not as bad as last year, but it is an improvement, which I like. So again, good on SDS for doing that. So they are listening. They are trying to get a little bit better, which I like. I like that they're trying a tiny bit to get better, even if it was more pay to win this year. I hope they've learned their lesson and it's less pay to win. But the gameplay has been just so good. Yeah, in comparison, you feel more rewarded. There's less cheap hits. And we'll talk about Shield Woods. I'll talk about Shield Woods right now. Shield Woods and Capital Lang, they made a max elevation. It's just a problem with the game. I think one major gameplay fix they have to do is make actual ballparks work properly. Because right now, everything is based on elevation. You'll still get a lot of cheapies at the max elevation stadiums. I've seen sub 90 exit velos get out and get pretty deep in the respective stadium because of max elevation. And it's a problem that has plagued the game for a while now. And I think it's time. That's got to be a fix. For next year, we have to work on actual stadiums working. That was also a bug that has been in the game with Baltimore. By the way, I was hoping I would finally be able to show it, but that was a bug with Baltimore, specifically with the Great Wall there. But yeah, I felt like, in general, make elevation matter a tiny bit less. Because I think the game really shines. And I didn't really get to show it that inning. But these MLB ballparks with lower elevations... They don't work. If you hit a perfect, it's guaranteed and out of center half the time. I know, guaranteed half the time. Great sentence, moron. But yeah, it was pretty constant. The balls would not fly as they would, as you would expect. If you perfectly square a ball, you would have to expect it to leave. Especially in a game that is trying to be competitive. That's the thing that you have to keep in mind. This is a game they want to become an esport. They're doing it with all the tournaments and all that stuff that is now PS5 exclusive, which I understand it's probably not their call, it's Sony's call because it's a Sony game. But if they want it to be an actual competitive game, it has to be rewarding. It can't just be, who can get luckiest at Captain Lang and whose 88-mile-an-hour exit velo can leave. Because that's what it is right now, and I just feel like it could be better. Well, anyway, that is pretty much all of my thoughts on what this game was this year. I hope you enjoyed it. Madden stream coming tomorrow. Maybe a BR run in the morning. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I hope you enjoyed. Take care.